Good morning, beautiful person. Greetings from sunny Winnipeg. Okay, how to eat an elephant in 3 easy steps. I'm going to be talking about that, or actually not. Who knows? Stick around, find out. I will admit I do not normally do bait and switch, but I saw something this morning that I just couldn't resist. So I hope you're going to stick around and watch this. Anyway, so my name is Sadasa Vitar. I'm a life coach and a wellness advocate, and I help beautiful people like you achieve and create well-being. And why do I do this? So my mother passed away at the age of 69 from complications of diabetes, and she never got to see my kids grow up. And it wasn't because she didn't know how to take care of herself, because of course she did. She just had other priorities until it was too late. Oh, that's better, somewhat. And so I don't want that to happen to me, and I don't want that to happen to you. And that's why I'm here pretty much every day, except 7 this year, talking to you about mindset, about health, about energy, about nutrition, about sleep, about all the things that we need to take into account if we want to live a long, vibrant, healthy life and dance at our grandchildren's weddings. So, what's the deal with the elephants? First of all, yes, elephants are not kosher, so I don't eat them anyway. Also, I'm a pescatarian. I eat fish, but I don't eat other animals. But that's besides the point. I saw a post today on Instagram, and I actually reposted it. So if you're curious about it, you can see it on my Instagram feed, in which somebody talked about, it was the most adorable Dumbo type picture of a little elephant with giant ears. And it said, step by step, taking small steps, and so on, which is, of course, the answer to life, the universe, and everything, isn't it? We want to take huge leaps, and we want to get from here to there in no time at all. But here's the thing. You actually can't do that. And some people do that, like they win the lottery or they get famous overnight for something. And as you know, those stories rarely end well. Sometimes they do. There's always counter examples, but the fact remains that for the majority of people who are catapulted into the result that they thought they wanted without a time of growth and preparation and taking step by step and eating the elephant in small bites, they just can't handle it. You look at all these child stars and all the terrible things that they go through. It just breaks my heart, these stories. And I know some people get a lot of schadenfreude, but you know what? There's no need to, first of all, taking pleasure in other people's pain is really bad for your soul. That's a whole different story. I should probably do a video about that sometime. But that aside, the fact remains is that if you don't grow into what you want to become, if you try to take a giant leap, then one of two things is going to happen. For the majority of people, what's going to happen is that you just never take that leap. You get so paralyzed and scared by the enormity of what it is that you say you want that you just don't take any steps. And that way you can't be blamed for not achieving it, because if you'd only tried harder, if you'd only worked harder, if you'd only done this, that, and the other, then for sure you would have achieved it. This is part of a fixed mindset. I've talked about this in the past, and maybe I should talk about it again. But the idea is that basically if you don't take any action, then you don't need to feel bad if you don't succeed, because you just didn't try. So it's all good. So that's one thing that can happen if people try to take steps that are too big. And the other thing that happens is that some brave souls will fling themselves into the abyss, make it to the other side, be successful, have the thing, and then they just sabotage it. Whether they end up in rehab, whether they end up shoplifting, whether they end up getting rid of all of it, whether they end up destroying what they've built. There are as many creative ways for people to sabotage themselves as there are people on this planet. So I guess that's 7 billion ways to leave your lover. So how do we avoid having one of these two outcomes that we really don't want? And the answer comes back to those steps. You have to take all the steps. You have to not try and do shortcuts. We're all into the hacks and into the tricks and the tips and this will increase your engagement, and this will blow up your account, and this will do this, that, and the other. Those are all great. And obviously, you want to see the fruit of your labor. I'm not saying be deliberately laborious, but when you don't have to. But the point is, take the steps, do the work, eat the elephant in bite after bite after bite after bite, and then you will be growing along the way. That's kind of the point. It's not even so much, obviously, yes, the work needs to be done. The music needs to be practiced. The prospects need to be contacted. All of that stuff needs to happen in the external world, or nobody's gonna know what you're doing. But the fact remains is that the real growth has to come inside your head. And until you are big enough inside your head, you are either not going to do what needs to be done, or else you're going to do it and you won't be able to keep it. You'll sabotage it. You'll throw it away. Just like so many beautiful people we've seen who achieved something amazing and then just destroyed it themselves. So that was what I wanted to talk about today. Take the small steps and grow along the way. Do all the growth. And yes, when you've got to the point where you can take bigger steps, when you've grown, obviously, jump if you can. But jump when you have grown to that point. And this is not a call to procrastination. Don't say, well, I can't do anything because I've not grown enough. No. Do the things that scare you. Do them every day. But do it every day. Don't, just think you have to make huge leaps. Okay, I think I've belabored this. I've beaten this poor dead elephant enough. So, just a reminder, in this stressful time, I have put together a PDF with 7 of my favorite stress busters, and I have to tell you, number 5 made a huge difference for me. So if you would like to have this PDF with these 7 stress busters, just drop me a message. I'll be happy to send it to you. And you have a great day. Remember, I love you. Talk to you again soon. Shabbat Shalom. Bye.